be at when they say they doing all this and all that? Tired of beefing you bums, you can't even pay me enough to react. Where did these be at when they say they doing all this?
Hey my beaux, Bonita.sheron here and welcome back to my channel. And I just want to say welcome to those of you that are new. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you know whenever I upload, and become a beau because we cool over here. And also, if you're a returning beau, hey y'all. Right now I am getting ready to do my makeup because I'm going out with a couple of my friends tonight. We're gonna meet up for some drinks and some food. Right now I just wanted to kind of let y'all know what we're gonna be talking about today, what we're gonna be getting into. So today, while I'm doing my makeup, we're gonna be talking about the strong black woman, the stigma, the trope, the whatever you want to call it, the stereotype, whatever you want to call it, of being the strong black woman, or you know, the characteristics of one and what it does. So this is coming from someone who has been the strong black woman the majority of my life. Like, seriously. And I'm over it. 100% do not recommend. It's going over here. Like, it's caused a lot of like hurt and pain for myself because I've had to kind of suffer in silence, if you will. I'm not as vulnerable as I should be in certain situations. I don't really express my emotions the way that I should. It's a lot. And it's also like, you know, there's health issues associated with it. There's been studies done by psychologists that back that. So I just want to get into it a little bit, just to talk about it, just to put it out there. Y'all can comment down below what y'all think, if y'all agree with me, if y'all don't agree with me. And yeah, let's get into it. So this isn't a tutorial, so I'm probably not going to tell y'all what I'm doing. I just want to go ahead and say that the reason why my skin's so glowy is because I have already done my skincare routine. And I wash my face. I use a face brush to wash my face. I exfoliate, wash my face. I put my serum on. This is the Sunday Riley vitamin C brightening serum. So I put this on, and then I follow that with my Confidence in a Cream by It's Cosmetics. I mean, it might be too bright in here for y'all to see. But yeah, I love this. If you are a dry skin girl, you need this. You need it. It's expensive, but you need it. And I also follow that with the Confidence in an Eye Cream. I put it like right up under my eyes and kind of pat it in. Love this too. And my SPF, this is SPF 30. This is by Urban Skin RX, the melanin experts, even though technically, I mean, I believe the owners are Caucasian. So the only reason I'm using this is because I went to them to get my laser hair removal and I bought product from them. So once this is done, I'll find a different SPF to use. I use the black girl sunscreen for when I'm on vacation, but whenever I'm like around, when I'm home, I use that. So let's get into it. I'm gonna start with my brows, then eyes, then color correct, then face. That's how I go. So where do we begin? So basically, like, being the strong black woman, y'all. So the stigma behind it is that it basically portrays the person as being kind of superhuman, like a superwoman. Like, they can endure all. They're resilient. They bounce back from any and everything. And being a strong black woman can be looked at as empowering, which is what a lot of people kind of related to, because the image of the strong black woman was actually kind of brought about because in like black film, like whenever we look at shows or movies, like back in the day, the black woman usually played like the mammy or the Jezebel or the overly sexualized person or the angry black woman. Like those were the roles that we were playing back in the day. But it started being pushed more to portray this image of like strength, this image of I can't be breakable, this image of you can do whatever to me and I'm still here. I overcome all obstacles, because it was looked at as an empowering movement for black women. But it's really very based on, like, it's rooted in trauma. It's rooted in like very traumatic experiences. To be a strong woman, you have to go through a lot of traumatic experiences, and it's not it, honey. It is not it. Like my nana, she would always tell me, like whenever I was growing up, you know, you gotta be strong. Like I'm talking about like as from a kid, you gotta be strong. I was raised to be, you know, a strong black independent woman. And being a strong black independent woman is all good and gravy until you get married and you're supposed to cleave to your husband or partner, and you can't, because it's not normal. Like me depending on somebody, like what? Like it's very, very, very ghetto, y'all. Like I can't express my feelings the way that I want to most of the time. I mean, I am, well, I could say I have been a very shy person. I don't think I'm necessarily like shy anymore at this point. I think I just am reserved. But it's very, very hard to become one with someone when you're raised to be independent, or you are raised to be self-sufficient or self-reliant. And a lot of that comes from this strong black woman stigma that we have, or that some of us have, because everybody don't have it. And I envy y'all that can just be vulnerable, show y'all's emotions, cry whenever it's time to cry. Like listen, I've been through this my whole life. I've been in therapy the better half of my adult life. So there's a lot of things I unpacked with my therapist that I know caused me to be kind of closed off and reserved, that I won't speak on right now. But some of it has to do with, like, say for example, whenever I was younger, if I did cry, if I did show vulnerability, I got called a crybaby, or I wasn't taken seriously whenever I would tell my stepmom or my dad that my feelings are hurt because of this. Or like, for one, being raised in a black household, I wasn't even allowed to kind of express my feelings. But then whenever I would get the courage to do it, I was kind of like yelled at or told you ain't got no feelings, or like, you know, like it was just very ridiculous, the way that things were handled as a child. It's one of the reasons why, like me with my kid, I let her tell me whenever she is feeling away, because I just feel like that's the best thing to do, to let them be able to express their emotions, so that whenever they get older they can do things. And that goes for both black girls and boys. Like I know some men that can't express themselves to this day because they weren't allowed to whenever they were kids. And yes, like we're adults now, we should know better, and I'm working on that. I am. It's just very hard. It's just very hard to do, especially whenever you have let your guard down and kind of let people know certain emotions that you're going through, and they haven't taken you seriously, or they haven't, they don't care. Like that's the worst feeling in the world, is whenever somebody that is bad at kind of expressing themselves, and then they have someone that kind of invalidates their feelings or acts like it's not as serious as it is. But I'm getting off topic. Let me get back to what I was talking about. So, like I was saying to y'all earlier, there has been studies done that has linked, you know, certain things to the strong Black woman stigma. It's a lot of psychological stress that women go through. Because they're suffering in silence, because they're looked at as the strong person. So whenever they're looked at as the strong one, they're not necessarily being checked on as much as everybody else is, or because they're giving so much of themselves to everybody else, they're not necessarily giving that care to themselves because they're there for everybody else. They're doing stuff for everybody else, and they kind of do stuff for themselves last, or their body will make them do something for themselves. Like that's whenever illnesses come and all this kind of stuff, because you're just not taking care of yourself. Now, me personally, I'm not consistent with my diet. I'm not consistent with exercise, you know, so that affects health also. But a lot of being strong affects it too. So, in one of the studies that I was reading, it was a psychologist that pretty much linked, she linked obesity, high blood pressure, and other illnesses. Like, say for instance, I'm not saying breast cancer is one of the things, but say for instance, when we're comparing Black women to our counterparts, to like Caucasian, Asian, whatever, other races, even though Black women may not be as likely to get breast cancer, they are more likely to die from it, because a lot of the times it's delayed health seeking because we're being everybody else's caretaker. So that's one of the stigmas. It's like you're obligated to kind of show, you're obligated to show strength in everything, and like things that you should be broken down about. You have to be strong. You have to like show that, okay, this is not affecting me, you know. Pretty much whenever things happen in my life, whenever traumatic things happen in my life, I don't show emotion right there at that moment. I wait until I'm by myself, alone, nobody's around, to let my emotion out. And that is terrible, because you're holding on to stuff instead of just letting it out right then. Like it's kind of like you're not human. Like you're not showing human emotions whenever you should be. And I hope I'm making sense, y'all. I really do. But I have a hard time expressing myself, as y'all can see. But yeah. So that's one thing also that's kind of linked to it. Like we're made to like suppress our emotions. Like when we feel a certain way, I jumped off topic. Not only do we suppress emotions, but we also kind of resist vulnerability. Like we don't like to be vulnerable. And I want to be vulnerable. I want to be like, I'm trying to tap more into my feminine side, because I've had to portray, not that I wanted to at all. It's just how I was raised. Like my stepmom wore the pants in the family. She pretty much ran the household, and I tried so hard not to be her in every relationship I've had. I tried so hard not to, because I don't want to be the man. I want to be the woman in the relationship. My first relationship, I kind of took on the role as like his mom, kind of in a sense. I mean, Like, I was like feeding him, clothing him. Like, I was doing everything you would do for a kid, for a grown man. So, because I was so used to doing everything myself, buying everything, paying my own bills, doing literally everything myself, even whenever I had my child, I did everything for her myself. Even like whenever I had her, people normally have like baby showers, that sort of thing. Because I was so strong, I didn't even have a baby shower because I didn't want any handouts, even though it has nothing to do with me and everything to do with the new baby. But because of the way that I was thinking, because I'm so like prideful or whatever I didn't even allow my child to have a baby shower because I didn't want any handouts, because I got it. I could do it on my own. I don't need nobody else. You need other people, y'all. You need other people. Otherwise, like, why would this world be full of people? Like, you need other people to sustain. Like, being a strong Black woman, independent woman, whatever, is not a sustainable lifestyle at all. And if you do survive being that strong Black woman, independent, whatever, I guarantee you're gonna die never being married, never having a relationship worthwhile. Like, or if you are in a relationship, you're not happy. Neither one of y'all are. Like, you need people. You need a counterpart. You need a partner in life to get through life with. You need it. That's why we were made. But yeah, so I feel like I just got off on a tangent. I don't know where I was going with this. We're not really like dependent on other people, which we should be, especially in certain situations whenever you're married. Like, I could tell y'all a story. So whenever I got married, I mean, to be honest, neither one of us was probably ready to get married when we got married. I mean, that's the story of a lot of people. But whenever we got married, my ex-husband, he was doing everything he was supposed to do in the beginning. Like, he had got deployed, because he's in the military, and he had got deployed. And while he was deployed, he kind of, he would send me money, and stuff like that. Like, he would do his part as the man, but instead of me being grateful and thankful for it, I looked at it as him thinking that I can't take care of myself while he's away. Like, I looked at it negatively, partly because I wasn't in a place in my life where I needed I really needed to find myself, because I had kind of went from one relationship right to the next. I didn't have like a break in between. So I needed to really be in a situation where I needed to find myself, but I didn't know that at that time. This is me in retrospect, looking back at that time. But I looked at it like in a negative way, like, oh, he thinks I can't take care of myself. And like, instead of me, like I said, being thankful and grateful for it, I was kind of like, why are you sending me money? Like, and it wasn't like I said it with like being curious about it. Like, I said it, I guess, like with an attitude, and it did make him feel away, which he had every right to feel that way. But it's kind of like, dang, Bonita, like, you really, like, you screwed up in the beginning. Like, you screwed the whole beginning up, honey. And it was just like stuff like, whenever I should depend on him, I wasn't dependent on him. Like, whenever he got back from getting deployed, I had to go. I was in the military at the time too, and I was in National Guard, so I had to go do the 2-week training that we do, that we're supposed to do during the summer. And so instead of me trusting him to take care of TT while I was gone, I like automatically called my nana and was like, hey, I need to, I'm going to be gone for 2 weeks. I need to bring Talia. And she was like, oh yeah, bring her. But I didn't even ask him if, you know, he wanted to keep Talia. I didn't even give him the opportunity to create like that bond with her not around me, kind of, you know. So that was another mistake. And I found out later on that, like, when we went to couples therapy, that he actually felt a way about that. I never knew he felt a way about that. I never knew. So, you know, like, stuff like that, being a strong Black woman has really, like, it really messed up what could have been something beautiful. I mean, granted, we may not have been, you know, right for each other, but the beginning was all screwed up because I was doing things independently instead of being the wife, being, you know, dependent on my husband. And in retrospect, I screwed up horribly with that. I am now divorced. But we're still cool though. Also, to go back to whenever he came home from deployment, so I don't know how it is now, but like back then, like all the family members would kind of like be waiting at the gate for them to get off of the plane. So, you know, all the other wives were like up front, just jumping and screaming, and like, you know, they can't wait to see their hubbies and stuff like that. And guess where I was, y'all? Guess where I was? All the way in the back. All the way in the back with the men. Basically with the men. Like, I was not up front all excited. And I know, like, he probably got off the plane, like, thinking I was gonna be up there, like, you know, all excited. I have such a ooh, did y'all see that? I have such a problem with showing my emotions. Like, on the outside, you would never know that I'm excited. On the outside, like, I would be looking like this. But on the inside, I'm like jumping up for joy, like, yay! Like, you would never know. Like, I have a super hard time expressing my emotions, and it's terrible. Y'all, I don't know how long we've been sitting here talking, but I ain't even doing my brows yet. Like, what is going on? I can't talk and do my makeup, that's for one thing. I can't talk and do my makeup. Tarte Shape Tape, y'all, I love, it's my favorite concealer ever. I might have to find a different way to do Get Ready With Me, because y'all, I clearly cannot do both. I clearly cannot do my makeup and talk. I would never get done messing with y'all. I will be sitting here still on my brows. What in the world? Good thing is, my brows take the longest to do. Like, even on a regular day, I spend like 15 minutes on my brows alone, just on a normal day. So, but today it's going bad. It's going by really bad cause child, I was supposed to be done with this a long time ago. Okay, now let's prime. So I'm gonna use the Tatcha Silk Canvas to prime. Actually, first I'm gonna use my Pure Elise primer, because this is for like dry skin, and like it eliminates your pores, which I don't think I really have bad pores. I don't think that's an issue for me, but I just like to use a moisturizing primer first before I put on anything else anyway. And we have to let our lips marinate. So I have this lip mask that I always put on whenever I start my makeup. Okay, so now I'm gonna put my Silk Canvas primer on. I tried the dupe for it, the e.l.f. one, and it don't really give what it's supposed to give, so I'll just spend my money on the expensive one. This is actually my travel size. I have the big one in my bedroom, but this was the one that I saw first. So okay, so now that we're primed, I am going to color correct. And I color correct using the Dragon color corrector, Dragon Beauty. I don't know if y'all know Nikita Dragon. This is her beauty line. This is one of the products that she has on her beauty line. But I color correct my chin because it's like I have hyperpigmentation, and I also color correct around my mouth. Same reason. I used to color correct around up under my eyes, but I don't do it anymore because I didn't like the way my concealer looked, so I stopped that. But yeah, being the strong black woman, y'all, is not all it's cracked up to be. And like I said, it can be looked at as empowering, which it can be. And like in certain situations, you do need to be strong. There are reasons for you to be strong in certain situations. But in most situations, you need to be able to let your guard down and kind of be a woman. Like, that's all I want to do. Like, since I've been divorced, I've been on a journey to kind of, find myself, because I haven't been single since I was like 16 or 17 years old. So I don't really know who Bonita is, like I kind of got lost in both relationships. And because I didn't really have a break in between, like a real break in between to focus on just me. And plus I was in college at the time. I just didn't have any focus on myself at all in either relationship, really. I was all about whatever. So because I didn't have that, I just been on a journey to find myself. I've been on a journey of self-love, getting to know me, getting to like do all the things that I should have been doing all along, because I can't love another person if I don't love myself. Like, if I look in the mirror and I don't like who I'm looking at, how do I expect my partner to love me? You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't look for my happiness in somebody else. And I think that I was doing that for so long. I was doing that for a long time. I was looking for happiness in other people instead of looking for happiness in myself. And, it was very, it was not a good time. It was not a good time, y'all. Like, I wasn't happy, but also scared to be alone in a sense. So I was putting up with stuff that I shouldn't have been putting up with because I didn't want to be by myself. And I was insecure. I had a lot of self-doubt. I didn't think that I could do anything without the person I was with. I didn't think that I would be able to do anything on my own. Like, even though I was, like, I've been in situations where I've had to be the breadwinner, where I've had to take care of what I had to take care of. There was a time whenever me and my husband were separated and he moved back to his hometown and I stayed in the city, and I did whatever I had to do to make sure there was a roof over me and my child's head, to make sure we had transportation to get to where we needed to go. We had food. Like, I had to do whatever I had to do, and I did it. I survived because I can do that. Like, I know I can do that, but I didn't want to go back to that life. So there was a lot of times that, you know, I was just putting up with what I put up with because I didn't want to experience that anymore. I didn't think that I could do it on my own. Even whenever I got into a better situation, I got, you know, a better position and got a raise, and I felt like, okay, yeah, I might can do this. Like, it still just, I still had like just self-doubt that it wouldn't happen or it couldn't. I'm back, y'all. I had to change my battery. But yeah, it was a lot of times where I was just kind of putting up with stuff that I didn't have to put up with because I was insecure. And I know this is kind of sort of me getting off topic, but I'm saying all of this to say that I no longer want that role. Since I've been on my little self-love, finding myself kind of journey, I realized I don't want that role anymore. I don't want the role of being a strong Black woman. Yes, I will still, you know, kind of be strong in certain situations, but I don't want that role. It's very detrimental to my health. And you know, I recently had a health scare myself. I mean, it was linked. It's probably linked to something else. I mean, it's probably linked to something else. But that kind of opened my eyes because I was sitting here basically about to have a freaking heart attack, y'all. Seriously. Because I was thinking that, like, oh, it'll pass. Like, whatever I'm going through right now, like, it'll pass. Like, let me just give it some time. It'll go away. Whole time, I have a pulmonary embolism. I have a whole blood clot in my lung. I could have been out of here. Like, I could have been out of here, but I'm sitting here like, oh, it'll go away because I'm being strong. Like, that's the stupidest shit ever. Like, I really could have left my daughter without, I really could have left her without a mother because I'm sitting here being strong. I'm sitting here like taking it because like I deal with pain differently. Like, even like there'll be times when like I'm cramping or something like that and I'm just like, oh, it'll be fine. I had a toothache for like a year before I went to the dentist. And I'm not talking about like just a regular run-of-the-mill toothache, you can take Tylenol, get away. No, like it was actually like throbbing. I dealt with that off and on for a year before I went to the dentist. Like, it's just stuff like that, like that I just sit here and like endure. It's just ridiculous. So yeah, I'm taking better care of myself now. Still haven't gotten as consistent as I want to as far as like my diet and exercise, but for the most part, like, I no longer feel like I need to be independent. I no longer only depend on myself to do certain things. Like, if I need help, I ask for it. I ask for it. I have no problem asking for it now. When in the past, like, I wouldn't ask nobody for nothing, and then if I do just so happen to like ask somebody, it took a long time for me to get it out. Like, that's how bad it was for me for a while. But yeah, so this is the creamy Tarte Shape Tape. Love it. But yeah, I love this concealer. It's my favorite. But yeah, this strong Black woman thing is gonna stop with me because I tell my daughter all the time, if you know, you don't have to be strong about everything. Like, it's okay to cry. Crying shows that you're human. Crying shows that you're vulnerable, that you can be vulnerable, that you're human. Whenever we went on that, when we went on that trip to Pigeon Forge It was like my very first vlog. And I got lost and I broke down in the middle of the street and started crying. My daughter said that was like her second time seeing me cry her whole life. My daughter is 16. Like, that's kind of bad. I can't remember how many times. I probably haven't even cried that many times in front of my my ex-husband either. He probably can't tell you how many times I've cried in front of him either. And these are people that I should be my most vulnerable-ist with, and I wasn't able to be vulnerable. Like, and it has nothing to do with them. It has nothing to do with me not trusting them or anything like that. It has everything to do with me. So I decided that this is something that I don't want anymore. I don't want it. I want to be awake. No, I'm kidding. But I want to be a regular woman, like just a woman. Like, I don't want to be this person. Like, I have to be independent now because I'm single, but I mean, I'm cool with like asking for help now. Whenever I wasn't in the past, so if I need help, I have no problem asking. I have no problem asking for help, y'all. And this is big. Like, all these things, you should be secure enough within your community, like your family, whether that's with your friends, your biologic family, whatever. Like, you should be secure enough to kind of like lean on them whenever you need to. And I just wasn't at the time. But yeah, since I've been on this this journey that I'm on, I found a lot of stuff about myself that I do and don't like. Can't really go into detail about it right now. I haven't been to my therapist since before COVID, so I actually need to start going back. Because there's a lot of stuff that, you know, I have unpacked on my own that I want to talk about, because I don't know. As scared as I was to be alone before, and the reason why I stayed so long in my marriage, because it wasn't like, you know, my husband wasn't telling me, you know, that he wasn't happy or whatever, because I mean, he told me, but I just had so much hope that we would work out. Like, we just need some time. Like, you just need to, whatever. But as bad as much as I was scared to be alone, now I feel like I'm never gonna get in another relationship, y'all. I don't know how that's gonna be possible, because I am enjoying myself. I'm enjoying myself. I'm enjoying living by myself. I'm enjoying doing what I want to do when I want to do it, not having an answer to nobody. I'm enjoying it. It's like the best thing ever. It really is. And I'm not just saying that because I'm single. Like, I'm saying that because, like, I really am enjoying it. Like, I don't see how I'm going to be able to start dating someone, because I really don't want to get to know nobody. I don't want to get to know nobody. I don't want to open up to anyone about my past and what I've been through, and like reopening wounds that I don't want to, like, I don't want to talk about that stuff. I don't want someone to, I don't know, and maybe, you know, I'll meet somebody that will make me want to, but I just don't see it happening. I don't want to live with nobody. So even if I do just so happen to get in a relationship and it gets serious and we get engaged or whatever, or if we want to move in, I'm not moving in with nobody. Like, I'm just not. I don't want to. I am enjoying living by myself. I mean, I live with my daughter right now because, I mean, she's 16. But whenever she goes off to college, I still don't want to live with nobody. I want to live by myself. Like, I really do. Like, I don't know what it's gonna do, what it's gonna take to get me to want to meet somebody else, but at this moment, I don't see how that's possible. I really am enjoying this. A man is really the last thing on my mind, honestly. Honestly and truly. Honestly and truly. This is how get that chiseled look, y'all. Make you look like you lost a couple pounds. Get rid of that double chin on her. Okay. Alrighty, so now it is time to set the face. So after I go through with my brush, I usually go through with a sponge. And this is the e.l.f. sponge, the camo something, I don't know. But I like this over the beauty blender. I have a beauty blender. I have actually like 2 or 3 of them, like the real beauty blenders. But I don't use them. I don't reach for them that much because I like this one way more. And this was only $6. And that was 20. Those are 20. So yeah. And I set my face with a brush, and I used to set it with a sponge, but I have come to realize my skin is too dry to be setting with the sponge. Like, I just can't. I can't do it because it be making my under eye look so cakey, and I don't like that. I don't like that. And I'm using the Laura Mercier translucent powder in honey. That's what I set with. I either use this or I use my Fenty powder. I think the color in my Fenty powder that I use is cashew. I'm not really sure. I think it's cashew though. That's what I normally use. And before you set with your brush or your sponge, you always want to go back over the area, because if you don't, then you're setting the lines. You don't want to do that, honey. You don't want to set the lines because that's not cute. But yeah, sometimes I do put a little bit extra powder up under my eyes on days whenever I know I'm going to be like in the hot sun or something like that, so that my makeup will last longer. So I'm going to put a little bit extra up under here today because we're not meeting up till later, and I want my makeup to still look good whenever we meet up. So y'all tell me what y'all think down below. I think that I was pretty much all over the place with this conversation. So if y'all were able to get my gist of what I was trying to talk about, you know, have a dialogue with me down below, and let me know your experiences, if you've had any experiences. Let me know your experiences, if you've had any experiences being independent or strong Black woman, and how like it's affected, you know, your life. Let me know your thoughts and your opinions on you know, what I just talked about, because I would love to know. I would love to keep up a dialogue. I'm gonna use my Anastasia Beverly Hills bronzer to bronze. I go back and forth between this one and my Fenty bronzer. I use Coco Naughty and Fenty, but I go back and forth between these two. Because it just brings... I like the color of this one better than the Fenty one. That's the reason why I actually hit pan. I'm going to keep using it till it ain't no more though. But I actually hit pan in this one. And I've had my Fenty one longer than I've had this one. But I just like the color of this one more. Because it has a little bit of a red tone. I don't think that my Fenty one does. It's kind of sort of a little bit of red tone, but it's more neutral kind of. Sometimes I layer them, just depending on the time, how I feel. But yeah, let me wipe this powder off before I look like a cake face. Okay, and then I'm going to contour my nose. I like my little nose, y'all. I'm pretty sure I have my dad's nose. Oh, and another thing. So you remember whenever I was telling y'all that I have a pulmonary embolism? So right after that happened, that movie, Father's Day with the Kevin Hart movie that came out on Netflix, like Father's Day weekend, me and my daughter was watching the movie together. Guess what his wife died of? A freaking pulmonary embolism. Like, before I got it, I didn't really hear about too many people. I didn't really know anybody personally, or haven't really heard a whole lot about it. The only time I would hear about stuff like that is whenever, like, say for instance, somebody went to Dominican Republic or Colombia or wherever to get like BBLs or whatever surgery. I would hear about them dying because they would get on the plane and, you know, that's why they don't want you to fly a certain amount of days after you had surgery, because your blood is more prone to clot after surgery. And I would hear about people, you know, dying, not necessarily from the procedure, but from blood clots. And most of them would have pulmonary embolisms. That's the only time I would ever hear, really, about this situation. So I'm not really sure what mine is linked to. I'm thinking that it was the birth control that I was on, because I don't have any other reason. That's the only thing that was new that I had started. So I don't really know what that was about. All I know is that I'm just, you know, worried about staying healthy, getting over this so that I can live my life. And like right now I'm on blood thinners, so I have to be careful with everything. Like even whenever it comes to shaving my legs and stuff like that, like I have to be careful, because if I nick myself, it's hard for the bleeding to stop because I'm on thinners. And yeah, I really hate it. I hate that for me. I hate it for me. So y'all, please, whenever your body is trying to tell you something, go get checked out, honey. Don't be sitting here trying to be tough. Because you're going to be tough in a casket. Ain't nobody trying to do that. I still got life to live. Also, y'all, I'm going on my first solo trip. I mean, technically, it's not solo, but technically it is, because I'm leaving the United States by myself. I'm going to a whole nother country by myself. Now, whenever I get there, there'll be other solo travelers that's in the house that I'm going to be in. And like we'll be going around the country, that, you know, doing activities with the group. But technically, I mean, I'm not with nobody that I know, so I'm not with nobody that I know, so it's a solo trip. That's what I'm. Now, what I want to be able to do is to be able to go to like an island or something by myself and just chill, relax. But I feel like I also want my daughter to experience, you know, going outside of the country and, you know, different cultures. So I don't think I'm gonna be doing like those kind of solo trips until she goes to college, because like right now I'm more focused on like getting her some experience, you know, so that when she goes to school, you know, she can already like have some things up under her belt that she's done. Like she won't be just experiencing things for the first time when she goes to college. Because for me, like whenever I went to college, it was my first time experiencing everything. I didn't have any guidance. I didn't have anybody to help me. Like it was just all on me to figure out life. So I'm glad that, you know, she has, you know, me and her dad, her stepdad, my friends, her oma, you know, like people like that in her life that kind of is helping her get to, you know, being an adult, you know. It's always good to have help. And that's what I'm trying to teach her. Like, girl, if you need me, it's cool. I'll be there. You don't have to go through this on your own, honey. But I didn't have it. So I'm making sure she has it. But this is the key to flawlessness. Flawless base, flawless face is the Fix Plus. Now, I've used other setting sprays. I used the Morphe one. I used the All-Nighter, Urban Decay All-Nighter. I used the Smashbox one. I've used like a lot of different setting sprays, but this one is it. Now the key is to drown your face in it. Drown your face in it. Let it sit for a second. Do this with your fan or whatever, and then kind of like pat it in there. I'm telling you, flawless. Y'all see I wasn't exaggerating. This is the key though. This is the key. Now whenever I do this, I always take a bigger, this is the Body Sponge by Real Techniques. I also love this. If you haven't noticed, I like the cheaper things, because y'all, that $20 sponge ain't it. It don't be getting the job done, honey. It do not be getting the job done. But I have like 2 or 3 of them in my on my vanity that don't get touched. One of them is actually brand new. I haven't even opened it yet. I only bought it because I like the color. It was like turquoise. And if y'all don't know, turquoise is my favorite color. Like aqua, turquoise, that color is my favorite color. So that's the only reason I even bought that one. It's still in the case. Probably never gonna get touched because I love these sponges so much. But yeah, so I'm pretty much done with my base. Right now, what I'm gonna do is, I normally, if I'm gonna wear eyeshadow, I haven't really did an eyeshadow look in a while, but if I'm gonna wear eyeshadow, I would do that before I put like my concealer and stuff on. And as you can see, I didn't use any foundation because normally on a normal day I wouldn't. The only time I would use a foundation is if like I'm going out. You know what I'm saying? Like out. And I'm just going out for drinks and stuff tonight, so it's not really warranted. Like I don't really need it tonight. But this is my base. Now I am gonna put on just like a smidge of eyeshadow, and it's just to bring color to my eyes, not because I'm doing an eyeshadow look. I'm not. I'm using my Jackie Aina palette, and I'm just gonna dip into edges and just put it all over my eyes, because I'm just trying to bring color to my eyes. I'm not trying to do a look. But this is like a burnt orange looking color, so it goes with everything. But yeah, usually on a normal day, this is all I'm gonna do. Is just put one color on all of my eye. Okay. Okay, so after I do that, then I'm going to do a little highlight, and I'm gonna use my Laura Geller Gilded Honey highlighter. And I usually spray a little setting spray on it so it can pop. But I put it on the inner corner of my eyes. And I also would put it right here. A little on my nose and a little down my bridge. I used to put it up under my eyebrow, like right there at the arch, but I don't do that no more. But yeah, I'm not super, y'all, I used to go crazy with y'all, like crazy. Back when, you know, champagne pop was the it thing, y'all. I used to go absolutely bonkers with the highlight. But I don't do that no more. Okay, and so I'm gonna put on a little bit more bronzer because I feel like it's needed. And usually after I put on highlighter, I'll use my Morphe Luminous Spray. This is the one that gives you like luminosity, you know what I'm saying? Okay, and then I just have to put on my lashes, which I'm not gonna put on my lashes right now. I'm gonna put on my lashes off camera because it's difficult. I'm not that advanced, y'all. But what I am gonna do right now is I'm just setting my brows, but I'm going to bring my moles back because sometimes it gets they get lost under my makeup. So I'm going to bring my moles back with some eyeliner if I can find it. So I use black eyeliner for certain moles, like my prominent ones, and then I use brown eyeliner for the rest. Okay, all right, so I am going to do my eyeliner. So I think that I've pretty much talked about everything I wanted to talk about, kind of, sort of. I can't think of anything else at the moment. But if I do think of something else, it'll definitely be discussed in another video. I think I've pretty much gotten everything out that I wanted to talk about in this particular video. Like I said, I feel like I kind of jumped all over the place. I wasn't really I got off topic kind of easily. But that's just me, because it's a million things going on in my head. I'm pretty much an overthinker. Like, whenever I'm sitting here talking to y'all, I'm also thinking of something else I could have said. And because I have all these things going on in my head at the same time, it doesn't come out the way that it's supposed to, because I just get frustrated with myself while I'm talking, to where it just comes out how it comes out. It doesn't come out organized at all. Even though I have a whole, I have pinpoints that I wrote down that I wanted to talk about that I probably didn't. And whenever I'm editing this, I'm probably going to realize that I left something out, or I'm probably going to realize that I wasn't on topic, or I jumped all over the place, or whatever. I'll get better at this as time goes on. I'm a beginner, y'all. Show me some grace. But yeah, like I said, y'all, I'm going to do my my eyelashes off camera, because of all the things makeup related, that's one thing I cannot do well. I can do it. It just takes me too dang long. And y'all don't got all day to be sitting here watching me fail at putting stupid lashes on. And I have to wear lashes because I tried the whole lash extension thing, and all that did was take my lashes out. And it's no shade towards my lash tech, because it's not her fault. I would go get my lashes done, and half of them would have been done fell out before a week even passed. And like I said, is no shade. It has nothing to do with her products or how she applied them. It just wasn't meant for me. And she would tell me maybe the lash length that I want, or that I was asking her to do for me, my real lashes aren't long enough to hold it, or strong enough to hold that length. And they would really just fall out. I would just look down and there would be lashes on my shirt. And that's expensive. If you have to go every week to get a fill, and a fill is $70, $80. And then if you are tipping, that's an extra $15, $20. And I do tip. I tip my peoples. I tip them 20% or better, honey. But yeah. I don't know, y'all. But I will come back. But yeah, so that's the end of this video. Like I said, I hope that y'all kind of got a gist of what I was trying to say. I want y'all to stick around and go on this journey with me. I really am trying to, be a better me. Every day, I'm just trying to be better than I was yesterday. Every year, I'm trying to be better than I was the year before. It's progression. It's evolution. That's all I want to do. That's all I want to do in life. I just want to be happy. I want to, be happy with myself. There's things that I want to change about myself that I will change about myself. I won't be getting any surgery though, unfortunately. Cause child, if I could just go get a little nip and a little tub, I'll be great. But I gotta do it I gotta do it the hard way. I have to get my diet right and my start exercising. I have to actually make it a lifestyle and not just a fad. But that's neither here nor there. The point is that I no longer want to be the strong woman. I want to dip more into my my femininity. I want to be weak whenever it's time to be weak. I want to be vulnerable when it's time to be vulnerable. I want to be able to express my emotions to whoever and not care, like, and be okay expressing myself with them and not caring about their response per se. Like, I feel like I just need to be able to get my thoughts out without feeling shame or bad about it, or like not wait until the last possible moment to tell somebody how I feel, you know? That's kind of what I have done in my past relationship. You know, I kind of like waited till the last minute to kind of like get all my emotions out. By that time, it's like, it's over, you know? So yeah, that's pretty much what I want to do. I want y'all to go with me on this journey. I want y'all to, you know, see me evolve, see me, you know, be a better me. So yeah, I will see y'all in the next video. Thank y'all so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe, hit the bell, leave me some comments, y'all. Like, y'all don't be commenting, y'all just be watching the video, which I appreciate. But like, comment, let me know what's going on, you know, and y'all, like, what y'all think about these topics, because I'm gonna come up with different topics to talk about. I just want y'all to be engaged with me, you know. Give me a thumbs up so I know you like it. But I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.
Many hours later.
So I just wanted to come back and show y'all what I'm wearing. About to head out now. I'm meeting my friends uptown Charlotte. We're going to have some Korean barbecue. So I just wanted to let y'all know what I had on. So here we go. So I have on this DMX shirt, RIP DMX, and some jeans from American Eagle. These are their curvy something, I don't know, and some shoes from Miss Lola. These actually are my favorite shoes, y'all, because they're so comfortable. But yeah, got this on, and the bag I'm wearing is this bag from Target. So yeah, that's about it. I am about to head out now, and I will see you guys whenever I get there. Bye. Hey you guys, so I'm at the restaurant now. It's cool. It's a nice chill vibe here. It's really pretty on the inside. I might show y'all in a minute. It's really pretty on the inside, but the menu is kind of limited, and the drink menu is kind of limited. And if you know anything about me and Linda, we loves our drinks, so this is probably going to be the last time we come here. But we'll see when the food comes if the food is worth coming back. But as of right now, the drink menus.
Over anything, and it's everything.